Hello, and thank you for joining me again in the commentary box for another TOGA Motorsport live broadcast. We're back with Rookie Wednesday, Season 6, Round 3. Fernando, good evening. How you doing? Good seeing the chat. BRT, awesome to see you in the chat. Bart, Stefan and Brian, I can see two of you at the moment. Oh no, I can see three of you. I just can't see. I can't read properly. I hope you are all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully Julius will be with us soon to share the experience. We are at Indianapolis. Not everyone's favourite track, I have to say. But what I'll do is quickly run through. We've got just under 15 minutes of practice left, just in case. But as you can see, it is wet. As the track is described as greasy, I would say that's an understatement, but you know. Right, so here we go. Here's the driver standings as they are at the moment. Now, Samuel Brackstad's disqualified because he was far too fast, which isn't a bad thing. So currently sitting in P2 is Magnus Backstad in the Porsche 992. We've then got Fleischmann Christian, I hope I've said that right, in the McLaren with 51 points. Bruno Battaglan with BMW with 44 points. Maggie Baggy, let's go, absolutely. In P5 we've got Jodok Hammery with another McLaren, sitting joint with Bruno with 44 points. Dean Perry in P6 with the Ferrari 296, he's disqualified. Tom Dussel is also disqualified because they're too quick. Sitting in 8th place is Mohamed Fazil Alim with his McLaren 21 points. We've got Andrew Prideco with his Audi R8 with 20 points. And in P10 we've got Dexter Cray with the Audi as well and 19 points. As Hayden has just said, please smash that like button. I always do it just before the stream starts. So, a little housekeeping stuff. Thank you so much, BRT. Always appreciate it. So, this is a 50 minute race. There's a 20-minute pit window. There is a requirement to pit, and now bear with me a second because I actually was racing this championship. I really should know by now. Go back here. Fuel and tyres are required. There is a fastest time allowed for qualifying and racing because we want to keep the rookie championship for rookies. So if people exceed the expected times for both qualifying or the race, then they're asked to basically remove themselves from the championship. But they're then offered to go and drive in other championships, which they will be with people of a similar skill set, I suppose. It's also a 4 times multiplier as well, and race 5 will be voted by the TOGA community. So we have Indianapolis tonight. We then have Kyalami the following week, and then the last race on 8th of November is a random track, which again will be decided. So everything will be put on Discord. If you're not already a member of Discord and you'd like to join us, the link is in the description below. Please follow it and join us. We've got over 1,000. I can't even remember what the last actual number was, but we have a lot of people in our community, and we're all different skill sets. So if it's your first day with ACC, don't worry, there are other people of the same skill level. If you are at alien pace, don't worry, because there's people with skill set that you'll be able to race against. And it's just a very friendly community. We try to keep things real as possible, so we have live stewarding, we have live commentary for all of our championships. There is maybe 1 or 2 occasions where either commentary can't make it or the stewards can't make it because life gets in the way sometimes, but we try our best, and it's been working so far. So yes, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, and for £2.99 you can become a member, which gives you a little bit of bonus into the membership and some things that people who are subscribed wouldn't have access to as well. So I hope the audio is awesome. I hope the video is looking good. If you've got any questions, please ask away. Chances are will not know what the answer is, but I'll get someone who does. This rookie championship has been awesome. So it has. We had Silverstone for the first race, and then we had Paul Ricard for race 2. Absolutely, there was just fighting from the top of the field to the bottom of the field, and that's what we like to do at TOGA, is we like to try and showcase all of the battles, not just the ones at the front. You'll see tomorrow night we've got multi-class starting at 7:45 British Summer Time, where we've got GT3 and GT4s racing on the same track. It is pretty good, I have to say. I've enjoyed commentating over it. We also have on Friday night is a Porsche Cup GB. The first race was at Donington, and it threw up a couple of things, a couple of interesting things with quite quick drivers who weren't actually leading. So that's something new. So it is, but this is the time for the drivers. It's obviously wet. Track's greasy, you can see they're sliding all over the place, and they're basically getting their setup right. They're trying to get as close as a good time as they can, whilst still being able to drive the car. And if you drive ACC, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a very fine line between the car being absolutely undrivable or out of control to being too safe and not being able to put in a really good lap time. So they're just going to fine-tune their setups. I have no doubt most of them have been practicing all week, or certainly a portion of this week, to try and improve. And again, it's a fine line. You know, you want to improve, but then you don't want to go, you know, quicker than the times expected of you, because then, unfortunately, you're not technically a rookie then. So it's all good. It's all good. So I hope you're all enjoying the TOGA Motorsport. I hope you're all enjoying the live commentary we've got, the live stewarding. We tried to do everything fair, transparent, and most of all, for the enjoyment. Because at the end of the day, unless you're getting paid by an esports team, you're not getting paid to do this. So, you know, you get to drive on a different track every week with people who enjoy doing the same things you do. I think there should be, according to my sources, there should be about 31 drivers in this field tonight. Some people dropped out. I've dropped out the championship just so I can concentrate on the commentary and things. I was nowhere near the front of the pack, so there was I wasn't going to disappoint anybody. But yeah, so just have a flick. I have to say, I have not really got to know many of the drivers and the rookies because I've been further down from it. But currently I've got 17 cars in the server raring to go. We'll get qualifying, we'll get that out the way, and we will... Peter, good evening. Oh, it's raining in the States. Yes, who would have thought in Indianapolis it rains? Certainly for tonight it does, that's for sure. But it's not too heavy. It's not like the multi-class at Watkins Glen, which surprisingly enough, it was raining as well, wasn't it? So Watkins Glens, it was raining. How are you doing, Peter? Good seeing the chat. Thank you very much for joining us. So let me have a quick look, because again I should know this. So we have a 20-minute practice, 15-minute qualifying, and a 50-minute race altogether for that. And I think the rain could really... Julius, hello, jump in there. Are you in the chat? You are in chat. You just muted yourself. I didn't, because it's got streamer mode on, I don't hear it bleeping. So, yeah, so Julius, come on in. My fine fellow commentator. He always likes, he always keeps me right when I say things wrong, and I say things wrong a lot. Just ask him about his name. So, yes, I haven't had a chance to really look at a lot of these drivers because I've been concentrating on my own racing. So this will be nice to see it from the other side of the steering wheel, if that makes sense. Peter, you're good. Hope to just waiting for a person who wants to pick up your old pedals. Oh, nice. Have you put it in the buy sell on the Discord? Oh, a local marketplace. I see. That makes sense. I bought 2 different in Switzerland. Ah, yes. Sending your pedals from Switzerland to some other place in the world would cost a fortune. So they would. So if anyone's in Switzerland, Peter's got a set of pedals. So yeah, we this will be interesting because the rain is a great leveler for a lot of people. You could be a really fast driver, but not that great in the wet, because let's face it, how many of us actually practice or race in the wet more often than the dry? I don't think there'd be many, so I don't. More than pedals. Oh, is it your whole setup? Are you getting rid of your entire setup? I'm assuming it's your old setup. Oh, that Audi. Wow, that's an amazing looking livery there. Nice. It's no to ship. Ah, right. Sorry, yeah. I get you now. I get you now, Peter. Sorry, my brain's about 10 seconds behind anything else in the world at the moment. But, so, there was something I was going to say there and I can't remember what it was. Julius, if you unmute yourself, we'll be able to hear you. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it. Have you been practicing for multi-class for tomorrow night? For anyone that doesn't really know Peter, Peter is sitting in 3rd position in the multi-class championship, which is on tomorrow night. Technically he is the 3rd fastest person in the championship. What's everybody's thoughts about it? About Indianapolis? Does anyone in the chat like Indianapolis? I'm not a fan of it. I wouldn't say I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it because I haven't raced on it much. I haven't practiced on it much. Peter, but I know that Silverstone has two types of corners. Maggie, you don't like it? No. Left and right. Exactly, you can't go wrong then, can you? Yeah, the Aston will look amazing going around Silverstone. So it will. We were running with, was it 40? Of a field? For multi-class? Everybody taking it a little bit easy on the curbs. As we all know, wet curbs means no for tyres. But yeah, I mean, Indianapolis is more me because I haven't really practiced on it. Kota is the same. I haven't really practiced on that. Watkins Glen I have practiced on, and I absolutely love Watkins Glen. So I do. So we'll just wait for the cars out on track to finish the lap they're on, and then we will be ready to jump into qualifying. It's quite a simple design, but it's actually quite nice. Just an all-white McLaren. Someday out in Aston Martin, you gotta love that. 2 Aston Martins tonight for the Belgium racing team. Peter, you also make a quest start at the last 2.4 in Kyalami. You also make a guest start, is that? Are you gonna race the whole race on your own? Oh my, you are a brave soul. That's 144 minutes of driving on your own. Kyalami as well. Again, it's a skill issue for me. It's not a bad track.
Good evening, Mac.
And there he is. Good evening, Julius. How are you?
I'm fine. I had some mic issues.
I noticed. I noticed. I just thought you were being very quiet for tonight. Cheers, good evening. Mac this, Mac that. MacBook Pro. Right.
Green light, go.
Oh, we're in Indianapolis and in the rain.
Yes, we are.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if it's going to be an entire race or not with wet, but certainly at the moment it's greasy. The next 7 minutes anyway, it's going to be wet.
And we once again noticed that the Brackstad is fast. No, Backstad actually.
Backstad,
Brackstad was. Yeah, he was.
Without
being too quick.
Yeah, he voluntarily left. We found a replacement for Suzuka, so take the time off that you need. Oh, thanks, Ches. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to be nice, as I was saying earlier on, it's going to be nice from this side of the steering wheel rather than actually being in the race this time, so certainly I don't see many of the front runners, so I couldn't tell you who really they are and things like that. I've ran through the championship, so I've got an idea of who kind of to watch out for, but obviously there's a few disqualified in the top 10 as well, so that's going to move things about a little bit. BRT, good luck to all drivers, absolutely. Absolutely. Ches, as always, DMs are always open. Ches, thank you so much. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. How are you feeling? So poor Julius has got a bit of a cold, so you might need to forgive him if he's a bit sounding like Barry White, and if you don't know who Barry White is, you're far too old to be talking to me, so... How are you feeling, Julius?
I'm fine. I was actually in a little bit of hurry before this. I was running around the town and then I'm a little bit sick, but
yeah,
now I'm just trying to like getting into the rhythm. Because this was really like, I went home the exact minute the stream started, so...
Oh my goodness.
And then I jumped in and I had mic issues like 5 minutes before you was able to hear me, so yes.
Yeah. It always happens when you're in a rush that something doesn't work and you're like, oh, come on, why?
Yeah, that really is.
So certainly Mr. Backstad and his 123 Porsche is one of the ones to look out for tonight. I know the BRT do a pretty good job in the field as well, so that's going to be good. We're now up to 20 cars within the server, so it is going to be a good battle. And if it's raining, it's going to be an even better... Oh, an even better battle. Oh dear. That's going to be a straight back to the pits to get himself sorted. I don't know if the Aston BRT got a little bit sideways, but certainly the Porsche couldn't do much to get out of the way. How's your feeling about Indianapolis, Julius? Have you driven on it much?
Yeah, I mean, I personally haven't driven it too much. With the Indy cars, I've done a lot more laps, but in a GT3, not that much. I don't really like the track.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that it's more down to me not practicing the track. That's why I'm worse on it than anywhere else. Is the McLaren? Oh, both McLarens go wide, following each other through that tight right-hander. But I don't. For me, it's a technical track without any feeling, and I don't mean that as a disrespectful thing. What I mean is, so there's some corners or there's some fast corners on a track. So let's talk about Silverstone. You Maggots and Beckett's. That is a feel corner. You have to feel and just know when you're to brake, when you have to turn, when you have to be able to get on the power. But here it's just technical. It's just oh. Dodgeum's getting played here. But I don't know, that I just don't get the feel of the track, whereas other ones, even Kyalami has certain corners you couldn't actually say there's a braking marker for, but you get a feeling for where that marker is, and you're able to hit it every single time. Indianapolis for me is not one of those, unfortunately. So anyway, while we've been talking, Mr. Cray in his number 1 Audi has set a fastest lap of 140.482. He's quickest in the first and third sector, but he is 800ths slower in sector 2. So, but obviously we've got another 9.5 minutes to go for this. Have you got anyone? Sorry, on you go.
Today we have to watch what is going on with Bruno Badagling, because from the last season to this season, his jump in terms of pace is absolutely great. In first round in Silverstone, he qualified in P10, but he started in the pit lane because he missed the drive point in the start. So he went from pit lane to P9, and in last race he finished on the podium.
Well, and you know, Bruno's been in. He was in the last year's rookies, wasn't he? Or sorry, last championship. Yeah, that's going to be good. I think it's going to be quite hotly tested. BRT, every time it's like hearing Kimi Räikkönen. That's a compliment, by the way. There you go, you're getting likened to Kimi Räikkönen.
Kimi is a great man.
Have you met him?
No, I only wish.
Oh man, do you know, I just loved his absolute dry sense of humor. Like, I just loved the sarcasm and the way he... Oh, jeez, oh. That's not what you want to see in a track. Yeah, he was just so dry sense of humor. It was so good. He's just a character, so he was.
Yeah, and Kimi, many times he went like mad to other drivers, but he never was really like the one who's complaining about others racing lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like in terms of trying to get them a penalty.
Yep.
We heard many times he shouting like, "Get this McLaren out of the, the way," and stuff like that. But he never tried to get it to the stewards to penalties anyone.
It's a new generation that started this whole thing of, well, that must be another track limit, that must be something else, you know.
Yes.
Christian has just put a 139.887 in. Fastest, in fact, Cray has just come back and did a 139.4, so 4/10 faster than Christian. This man is in P3 at the moment with his 21 McLaren. looking as if he's trying to improve. He is improving. He's 1.5 tenths up on his previous lap. Wouldn't give him enough at the moment. He was still be
Also,
with P3.
Backstad is getting better.
Yep, Backstad and
2 tenths
Bateglin.
up.
Bateglin at the moment is, he was...
And
3
Williams, no yellow flag.
tenths. Yep.
He was over second up to his previous laps.
Bateglin has got a car ahead of him, so I don't know if he's going to slow down and let that Ferrari go.
Same with Backstad.
Yep.
Lost time.
Christian's just out the pits, so he's got all the way to go round to then start his flying lap. 6 minutes left at the moment. So there is. We've still got 2 cars that haven't set a pit. They haven't set a lap time yet.
We have Thomas in B7 who is gaining a lot.
Yeah, and Harshana as well. Almost 8 tenths up on their lap.
Yeah.
So certainly at the moment, Backstad is the one that can change things if he has that ability to do that just now. Almost 5
Thomas
tenths
did
up.
7 tenths better lap, but still only P6.
Yep. It is so tight at the top. I mean, 1 second covers the top 7 people.
Yeah.
Peter, sorry, did you miss something? The lad from the pedals was here. Ah, no, he didn't miss anything. We're just talking about how... Yeah, exactly. You wanted to mention that Julius sounds like Kimmy. Well, see, Julius has called me David Coulthard a few times because, obviously, I don't know. I wish I had his money. I don't want his white jeans. I just don't think he should be wearing white jeans, but that's for another day. BRT, Kimmy, the last pure racer, no politics, no blaming others, just flat out. Yep, absolutely. I don't know where this generation has come from where they constantly complain about people going on track limits. It doesn't matter. Race your race and the stewards will deal with the track limits. They've got so much technology in these F1 cars. They will know if it's a hair off the head that's over track limits. So I don't know where this has come from, but so Backstad,
I don't know.
Backstad not able to increase his lap time. Is still 139.6 at the moment. So the top 3 are in the 139s. I'm just having a look. It doesn't look like anyone's really pushing the envelope at the moment. The Gamer looks like he was 3 tenths up. The Cower, hopefully I've said that right, BRT. Showing good pace, almost 8 tenths up. Getting out of the way of his teammate there. That's a shame because he was in a really good fast lap there. We've also got Face from BRT is 1.1 seconds faster than their previous lap.
Yeah, he seemed like doing a really good lap. 1.4 seconds for now.
Wow, that would really put him up into the top 6, top 7.
Yeah, we just gotta wait and see because the last corner, we don't think about that too much, but it is very easy to gain invalidated lap time. It's weird because it's not realistic, kind of, because the track doesn't, it's not even close to the white line.
No.
And now as I watch Ace going here, it's like...
Ooh, that was close, but perfectly.
That is kind of the limit. I mean,
that is limit.
I watched it, and P6
P6 for fast. Thank you very much, BRT. I always like to know. The cover sounds perfect. Kimmy and DC here then. Oh, not a problem, BRT. We appreciate your support. So we do. So at the moment, sorry, on you go.
Have to continue this Kimmy choke a little bit. So when I was late, I was having a leg and snow, not the rest of the line. I don't want to say it because we're live streaming and it's not a good word, but
Okay.
continue.
Christian is 5/10 up at the moment. That would certainly pop him into P2, putting Backstad down. In fact, Christian goes P1, Cray in 2, and Backstad looks like he's out for his last flying lap. And here he goes on his last lap. So Cray at the moment is not doing anything better at the moment. Christian has absolutely nailed his colours to the mast, a 139.287.
This can be very close quali at the end. Because everyone in the top 5 seems to have a better lap than their best.
Yep. And at the moment, Christian is almost 3/10 faster than his pole position lap. He is absolutely on the fly. Backstad looks like he's down now in his time. Cray is losing time as well. Ballo, with his McLaren, again he's losing time now as well. So the only person that can really do anything is the person who's in pole position. And again, he's absolutely flying in that McLaren.
Yeah, but now Cray 2/10 up.
Oh yeah. This could be interesting. Cray is only 2/10 off of pole position. He is skirting roundabout at the moment. Christian must have realised that to go round again to try and get a faster time. Backstad's yellow flag, so he looks like he's not going to improve his time. So Backstad, who's a championship leader, is not going to improve. So he is now P3 confirmed. Christian has bettered his time with a 139.150.
It's not enough for Cray.
No, it's
he
not.
lost it in the last corner.
Oh, did he? Yep. So although the interesting...
Had a little bit of oversteer.
The interesting thing is, Christian was fastest in all 3 sectors until Cray went over the line there, and he has taken the fastest second sector. So interesting times ahead for that. There's still a few just to cross the line at the moment. Look at that rain. BRT car just over.
Ingdahl is the only one who's gaining.
Yep. And that
a lot time.
Lark McLaren at the moment.
And Harshana goes 7th. Overtakes Thomas.
Yeah.
P8.
Harshana. This is why we don't read out the qualifying. Hello, Owen. How are you? This is why we don't read out until everybody is over the line, because it chops and changes all over the place.
Goes P11.
Nice. Right, I'm going to get a quick drink, mac and onion. I'm going to grab a quick drink. Julius, if you feel like it, certainly feel free to run through the field, the standings.
Yeah. Okay, so as things stand for now, we have Christian in pole, we have Cray in Audi in P2, then we have championship leader Backstad in P3, we have Balug in 21, McLaren in P4, then we have a BRT of Face in the Aston in P5, we have Bataclan in P6, Harshana in P7, Thomas in P8, we have the cover. Sorry, I can't tell his name, but he's in P9. Then we have Rich in P10, Engdahl in P11, The Gamer is in P12, then in P13 is Fornax, and in P14 we have Gregorelli in Ferrari, then P15 is Williams, P16 Pizzatto, P17 for Yashan, Dempsey in P18, Ilponen in P19, and Shabo rounds up the grid for today.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that, Julius. So that is your lineup. Yeah, well done to the BRT. 3 BRT cars in the top 10. That is mighty impressive. It just shows you the practice and everything else pays off. So 20 car field for tonight.
It may sound low, but I think for this condition in Indianapolis, we will see good battles today.
Absolutely. And let's not forget, I mean, Backstad is the official leader of the championship, so he's in P3 at the moment. He is going to try and want to get to P1 and take the pressure off himself. We've said it time and time again, you do not want to sit back as a sim racer. You never want to sit back.
There's some penalties incoming.
Oh, okay.
Car number 27, speeding in pit lane.
Okay, that's Williams in 15th.
Oh, yeah, that was the one.
I was waiting for more. I was waiting for more there. I was bated breath.
Yeah, there is more lines, but it shows racing incident, so that was the only one which caused the penalty.
Yep, Owen's just confirmed that it's the only penalty. Anticlimactic. Do you know the other thing I have to say, and I have to say this to every single person who races in the Rookie Championship, whether you're in the race tonight or you're in the previous 2 races, we have not had a red flag. There has not been a red flag in this Rookie Championship. Now, I know commentators curse. I have just absolutely jinxed it. But don't forget, Hayden has to gift 5 YouTube memberships to people if there is a red flag. So it depends how you look at things. A red flag could win you a membership for a month. But no, absolutely. The driving standard has been immense. And you know, I've been at the back of the field struggling, racing with people, and the racing has been awesome. It's been close battling without, it's not like, I mean, I raced a couple of races in the LFM earlier on this week, and I actually thought it was in a Dodgems commercial or something. Somebody torpedoed me when I was in P1 on the first corner, absolutely annihilated me. I'm like, so the standard has just been amazing, and that's only from my point of view. I've obviously not been able to see until I watched the stream the next day of what the rest of it was. But so it looks like certainly the start of this race is going to be a wet race, Julius.
Yeah, I mean, and in the start it's gonna be very important to have correct PSI in the tires. Because if you mess those, it's gonna affect a lot.
Yep,
in the racing today.
And anyone who does race, whether it's ACC or whether it's any other sim racing that has realistic tire degradation, tire wear, tire pressures, if your tire pressures are off, as Julius says, you really could be in trouble for the majority of the lap or the majority of the race, depending on how you set your tires up for when you come into pit to change those tires.
And for the rain, it's actually very hard to get it right.
Yes, absolutely. They get cold and they get too hot. You then need to actually, similar to what F1 cars do, you then need to start looking for kind of wet or wetter areas of the track to try and actually get them to cool down.
Yeah, and it's gonna ruin a lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you have to do that.
Yep. Peter, I
so
absolutely
let's say
agree.
Getting wrong PSIs on the tires, and then you like overheat and they get too cold, and then you try to make them to work. You can tear loose, honestly, at least a second, if not even more. So let's say, I don't want to jinx it, but if anyone in the top, like Backstad, in this first stint has those things wrong, he can find himself in P16.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
When there's a pit stop line. So anything can happen. It's not just how you did the quali, it's how well prepared you're in the whole race.
Exactly. So Hayden has confirmed if there is no red flag, he will gift 5 subs.
Me. Sorry.
Yeah, Peter, good race to all, have fun. Absolutely, that's what this is all about. So we're coming down the green. And we are off. Christian is off and running at the moment. They look as if they're going so slow.
It looks like Gray is going for the lead.
Yeah.
And he is at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit of paint transfer there, but Christian manages to hang on with that 159 McLaren at the moment.
And no yellow flags.
No yellow flags, no red flags.
Clean start. Which is good to see in a rookie.
Fass is losing to Pateron. Pateron at the moment is quite close as they go round this. Enough space been shown by both drivers.
And is side by side with Craig.
Just not enough to get past the Audi though, unfortunately. But the Porsche, look at, he's just pushing that Porsche as fast as he can.
Craig had a little bit of oversteer, so now we can maybe see backstab.
Yeah.
But this Audi is fast in a straight.
The Audi is very fast, and that McLaren is very close to the back of Backstad as well. So not only is Backstad having to look forward, but he needs to look behind as well.
Yeah, Backstad's only like the good thing that he has the McLaren behind. His McLaren is actually one of the worst cars in the braking.
Yeah, it absolutely is from my own experience. Ritz has fallen down to P13 now. He's lost a couple of places. And Coyer is...
We have Sharpo in pit lane.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if he's had an issue or he's had to come in to fix repairs or something.
He might have got some damage and...
Oh, that was a heavy shunt there from the McLaren. Oh my word. I don't know if we can get that back or not. This is a heavy hit as he comes round the last corner. Look at this. Oh, the grass. Oh! That...
Lost a little bit of... in here, in turn 1.
So back to the front again. So we've got Christian in P1, Cray in P2, and Backstad still in P3. The top 3 are slightly moving away, about 1.5 seconds ahead of Ballo, who's in P4 at the moment. Fass is not far behind him as well, and Pateron is looking for places. He is on the charge.
Fornax lost 4 positions to Dakamer, Engdahl and Covior.
He went onto the grass and he managed to save it, which is good, but unfortunately he lost places. But these 3...
And Bataklin is fighting with the pace.
He is right on the bumper of that Aston Martin at the moment.
Bataklin lost few positions in the start. Was he P5? I run the grid, I should know, but...
Oh, Pateron gets a little bit wide there, going into the braking. And
but when there's 20 cars and potentially everyone can bring something to happen, you just can't remember anyone.
I know, exactly.
Everyone.
So here we go. This is the move. Coyer on Fornax goes round the outside, which then gives him the inside line for the next corner. A beautiful move. Well thought out there by Coyer.
And Rich is attacking Engdahl. In the turn 1, Engdahl a little bit lost the car there.
That's no good. Got a huge scrap at the mid to back. We've got, in fact, a huge train going on at the moment. And Thomas is just overtaken. The Porsche went wide, which allowed Thomas and his Lamborghini just to take the racing line there. Beautifully done. Fass is now turned from being defending with Pateron to on the charge with Ballo. So this...
Rich is now side by side. Oh, he backed out. Which was wise. That corner you don't wanna send it.
Yeah, there's a few corners in this track that you just don't want any car coming near you at all. I think this is only...
Looks like Rich has a lot more speed
Yep,
than Engdahl here. But the
absolutely.
thing with Indies, there's stupid places here you can make stupid moves and results both.
Oh, he's having a look, and he's side by
going.
side. Sorry, Julius, he's side by side still. Both of them. As they're... Oh, he had to get out of that. I don't know if he didn't see the McLaren was still beside him, but he... that's cost him a little bit, but he's now side by side again.
Penalty for car number 86. 5 seconds for causing a collision with 777.
Right, for Fornax. So that's Fornax and DeKauer. And that is Ritz back up into P10. Absolutely made it count on the start-finish straight there.
Yeah, nice pass. Maybe he ran little bit upper, closer to wall and gained little bit extra speed.
DeKauer is now having to defend against... it's not Williams that's behind him at the moment. That must be Gregorelli, who's behind him in the 303 Ferrari. Oh, it's Pizzato, sorry. Oh, he's onto the grass. That's going to cost him time. And DeKauer is having a look for Fornax now as well. He must see Fornax. Oh, at McLaren. Fornax is obviously going to have to take that 5-second penalty when he comes into the pits, when the window opens.
And no one in the top 3, from Christian to Backstad, their difference is very close to each other, so no one is pulling away.
Yep, so Christian did a 139.2, Cray has done a 139.3, which is an invalid lap, and Backstad has done a 139.9. So really,
yeah, he had a little bit of oversteer in the last few corners, so
that
it was closer to Cray, but
yeah, that Porsche.
the exact moment I started to speak, he had a little bit of
The commentator's curse has reached Julius now. I've taught him well. And Fornax is now past DeKauer. Looks like... Is that on the start-finish straight? Has that Mercedes just outpowered the Aston Martin? Still side by side as they're coming down the long... very, very wise. DeKauer thought better than going 3 wide into that very tight corner. Harshana.
Thomas. Yeah.
They are side by side going down here. Now, Harshana has got the racing line, but that Lamborghini is slightly ahead, but yep,
And
thinks
this is
better of it.
risky play. They played it very smart.
Yep, Harshana takes P7 from Tamas.
Thomas played it really smart.
Yep, absolutely.
You never want to see a car like stopping like that, but in that place there's no point to defend.
No,
It's
exactly.
honestly gonna end up bad.
Exactly. Think clever.
Yeah, it's long race, 41 minutes left.
Yeah,
With the
absolutely.
pit stop coming, so it's not worth the fight. Chabo is still in the pit lane.
He was out again, so I don't know if there's been an issue.
Yeah, but
oh,
I
well,
don't know. Pit lane is open, so maybe he's doing a stop.
could be. Williams had some kind of issue, and I don't know what it was.
Backstad.
Oh, he'd oversteer. Sorry, Backstad
there's
is right on the back.
15-second penalty for car number 97 for causing a collision with 303.
So that's Kilponen down in 18th. At the moment, Backstad is on the bumper of this Audi. He is so close now. Look at this as he comes along. Audi is just too quick for that Porsche, the way it's set up.
Yeah, it is. We've seen it earlier today. Backstad is faster in the corners, but then Cray in the straight, he just
Yeah.
goes.
Can just see exactly what Julian's talking about there with how quick that Porsche can catch out.
You did it again, mate.
Sorry. I'm just going to call him Jay from now on. Oh, and he goes wide! Cray has gone absolutely wide.
And now Backstad.
They're side by side. Backstad. Yes,
Backstad's
Backstad's taking it.
Cray is again faster in the straight, so the first corner will be interesting. No, Cray.
Oh, Cray getting all kinds of oversteer going on.
Yeah, no, he can't attack at this point.
So.
Yeah, too far behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I think we saw Backstad have more speed, so now I think Backstad will. And look, the Christian gained 2 seconds gap difference when these two were fighting. So now he have a little bit of that breathing space.
Yep.
But we have to wait and see if Backstad is now just absolutely smashing and getting close. Because he was behind Cray. We don't know the exact speed what Backstad have now in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these corners, as I said earlier, they're technical. Backstad quite clearly has advantage here. You can see a little bit of distance between Cray and Backstad now, but that distance will shorten once they get onto the straights again. But they're coming onto the short straight, so I can't see any benefit being gained.
And now Christian 3 seconds, so Christian is actually faster.
Yep. I wonder if he's realised Backstad's there and is just... So I've lost count of how many spins we've had so far. I think we've had 3 spins. Somebody had asked in the driver briefing if we could count how many spins there are. So there's a bit of a train forming behind Kulponen at the moment. Now Kulponen has got that 15-second penalty. The Cower will be wanting to try and get past. So they will. And here goes the gifted memberships. Alex Hertz with the gifted membership. Chris with the gifted. Pap Lorand. Gazmanian Devil. That's an amazing name. Gazmanian Devil. And Ellie Pelletier. Thank you so much, Hayden, for gifting those subs. If you are in the chat at the moment and you've been gifted a sub, if you could just thank the... Oh my goodness! I was nearly a BRT arsing into the wall there. Yeah, if you have been gifted and you are in the channel, if you could just thank the official TOGA Motorsport, that would be very kind of you. Thank you. But thank you again, Hayden.
Kilponen spun around.
He has.
Got hit by Willie McLaren.
Just as they're coming up to the, yeah. Oh!
Weird lining there.
Oh, and then he goes into the barrier again. That is not good. So Backstad is now 3.5 seconds behind.
Yeah, but he didn't really gain too much on Cray either, so...
No.
And now there's another 5-second penalty, which makes it now 10-second penalty for 1080 for causing a collision.
And that is the gamer. Yeshin is quite close. 4/10 separates him at the moment, ahead of Pizzato. So it's a 296 versus 296 battle going on. Cray is just keeping within a second of Backstad at the moment, but all 3 of the top 3 are within 0.2 of a second of each other. So this is hotly contested.
What is the right time to go for the pit stop?
Well, certainly from my point of view, if I was stuck behind another car like this, like Yeshin is at the moment, I would pit earlier and get some clear air. If I had clear air, I would then try and stay out for as long and then pit near the end, just to give yourself some time and just to try and figure out what's going to happen. Hayden, you feel tonight is an expensive night with a giveaway. Oh, is it the gloves giveaway tonight? And Williams is just... Oh, something happened there. Don't know if he was...
Backstart made a mistake. Craig got ahead.
He absolutely did.
Pit window is open.
So I'm going to have to go
Now
back further
we have
back.
pit window open.
So here we go. We're almost a minute back. So Backstad onto the long back straight. Had a little bit of oversteer, but certainly didn't look anything particular. Then comes up to this tight left-hander.
And now there's penalties for car 15.
Oh no, it's fine there as well. So it must be onto the short straight that he's had an issue.
And we have 10-second penalty for Dempsey in the bump. We saw
Oh,
with him and Kilpanen.
it's a braking. He either outbraked himself or he something happened with brakes.
Backstad and Cray side by side.
We're just getting back to it now. Oh, this is
They
help.
went side by side through that corner.
Wow. He is right on the bumper of that Audi.
And this again helps Christian. Now he has almost 5 seconds leads over these two, so 4.9, yes.
He's side by side again. No! That was so close.
Very close, very close.
Wow, these two drivers are able to battle this close and still not touch. Should maybe ask
And
them.
now again, the Audi is faster, so but
Wow,
now,
look how
now
close he is.
Backstad is very close, but soon we see.
Now, would you have pulled out so early behind him? Or would you, because he didn't seem to be getting much of a tow as he came down there. And again, he's just backing out.
If I would be Backstad now, I would probably go to pit.
Yes, absolutely. It's tight, all that's happening.
Harsh Hana was pitting because the pit window opened.
Yep, pit windows open, so Harshana and Sabo.
Yeah, but Shabo been so long
Yeah.
there, so.
Christian
I
is
don't
6
think he-
seconds ahead of Cray. Cray and Backstad fighting like this is just playing into the hands of Christian.
Yeah, it was within second couple laps ago, but once they first started fighting, it went up to that 3 seconds, and now it's 6 seconds, so.
Yeah.
But now Christian need to still drive smartly, because last time we saw Christian, he had a perfect place, no cars behind, attacking, no cars ahead of making you lose time, and he did a driver error and he just spun, almost hit the wall but did not.
Yep.
So he really needs to concentrate.
Oh, they're side by side again.
No,
Sorry,
a
Julius.
little bit of
takes the-
side by
takes his
side contact,
P2.
but yeah, nothing too bad.
No, a little bit
It
of...
was little bit of like, take my paint and I
Yeah,
want
exactly.
yours.
And Backstad trying to make sure he doesn't give that Audi any kind of tow down the long start finish straight. Now he's gonna have to keep this lap clean and just use advantage. We've got a yellow flag for Dempsey. Let's see what's happened there. Come down to this tight left-hander from there. Is it a braking issue? Oh, he unsettled the car with the big sausage curb.
And we have Rich coming to the pit.
Yep.
So
Pizzato,
Rich making little bit earlier pit stop.
Pizzato also making a pit stop. Nope, he's out the pits. No, he wasn't in the pits. I don't know why that was shown. He was in the pits there. So Ritz coming in early for that stop. That might play into the hands. Oh, and Cray is getting things all wrong now with Audi. He is pushing Audi, and he is absolutely, he's down to almost 2 seconds behind Backstad now.
I reckon Cray should pit now.
I think so. There's no benefit of staying out here just now. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as good a driver as any of these top 10, top 15, top 20, but for me, strategy does stay out. Our top 3 are staying out at the moment. There's a solid 6 seconds between Christian and Backstad. Fast, he's not quite getting a decent enough tow from that McLaren to make any difference at the moment, but he is in P5. Oh, gets very close under braking. As Julius said earlier on, McLarens are notably worse under braking. It takes longer for them. The brakes just aren't as good as other car manufacturers' brakes, so you really can take an advantage.
But then McLaren is one of, if not the best car in overall.
I love the McLaren. I love everything about it. It feels like a pair of slippers when I go racing.
Yeah, but next week when we go to Kailami, there's no way Christian will fight for the lead. There's no way, because for McLaren the Kailami is the worst possible track.
Absolutely. It absolutely is. Tamas is very, very close behind the gamer as well now. A 3-way battle for P7. Yishan is into the pits now as well. Oh, the McLaren hits the wall. That has got to play into the hands of Fast here. That is going to be damage on the McLaren.
Thomas is... No, he played smart. We have a fight between Thomas and the gamer, but the gamer has the 10-second penalty, so
yep.
Thomas really don't need to like over push it.
This is can Fast make this work? A long run down here, not quite close enough to the McLaren at the moment. You can just see the McLaren's just got enough power to keep ahead of the Aston, but there must be damage to that McLaren from the battering it took against the wall there. And again, Fast just saying, see how he can close up so quickly on the braking because of the McLaren, but he's getting a touch of oversteer as well. He's not able to get the power down as quickly as he would like. Going out wide.
Maybe in Fast's case, he probably should come to the pit because he's been losing time now behind Balog. He just can't get past.
Just can't get. He's stuck in that limbo.
But he's faster. There's no. He's simply faster. So now just sending it.
Oh no! Just as I come out of it.
Nice move.
Bear with me because this is a replay at the moment because I was looking at why. So, Fast up to P4 under his own merit. He hasn't gained this
nice
lap times. Yeah, absolutely. So Tamas is past the gamer. They are squabbling and fighting and coming back on each other. We've got De Kouwer down in P15.
And Balog goes into pit.
And it also looks like De Kouwer's... Is that who you said was in the pit? Sorry, De Kouwer.
Yeah, he also, but Balog.
Oh, so he is. So that is released Fast to keep going. Now, Backstad's only brought the gap down to 5.5 seconds. Cray is 3 seconds, and Fast is 5.7 seconds behind in P4. Battaglan 4.2 seconds. Everything kind of calming down now as we're having a look at Fornax. Fornax has got a 5-second penalty also, so that will be served when he comes into the pits, which doesn't look like it's going to be this time, maybe.
And now that Balog pitting just after Faz got passed, now Faz also need to think about if he stays too long out, Balog might get the position back.
Yes. Oh, in fact, we've just got a pile of cars coming in.
So the gamer's in, Gregorelli's in, and
Gregorelli,
Fornax.
Yeah.
But
And Fornax has that 5-second penalty.
to serve as well. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So Fast has to think, is he going to get undercut with the pit stop from Barlow, or is he just going to try and push as fast as he can at the moment? Now, Fast is only...
He stays out.
Yep, stays out again, so he's just trying to get as much... Because the thing is, Barlow could come out into traffic, which could be a real issue.
Balu, he had some... Have to have some damage because they're actually
speeding
now
in the
very
pits.
close again.
He's got a stop-go, 30-second stop-go, Barlow.
Oh no.
Speeding in the pits. That has absolutely ruined his race. Fast.
And now Backstad and Christian again back to 6 seconds.
Yep. Fast can just concentrate on driving now. That's not going to be an issue for him with Barlow now. That is so upsetting for Barlow. I have done it myself. You come out your box and you accidentally hit second gear, and before you know it, bang, that's it, done and dusted. So Tamas quite close behind Engal at the moment. These two
stop and go party is a lot.
Yeah. These two.
I think DT would be better, but
yeah.
These are something not TOGA can control, so these are in-game penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the system the game has. Peter, well, as we prove in Watkins, you can pass a line with 60 kilometers. We wouldn't recommend it, but you can.
And now Rich passes Dempsey.
Let's have a look at that pass. Oh, it must have been a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was the pits.
Oh, okay.
Dempsey was in the pits.
And Backstad is also now in the pit, same with Face.
Is indeed. Thomas has got something way wrong here in his Lamborghini.
Yeah, he lost it. But was there contact?
Oh my goodness, no, he just didn't brake or just lost braking altogether.
We also have Engdahl now in pits.
Yep.
So now we are seeing this. We have from pits who's been pitting, we have Rich actually in the virtual, like when we think about who's pitted in that group, Rich is ahead, but now we have Backstad, and with Backstad he doesn't have any sort of issue with getting even close to Rich.
Yeah.
Because they are in a different kind of pace-wise, but Rich is looking very good because he's now in P9. There's Engdahl, who's in the pit now, same with Thomas and Picciato.
Yep.
And he can actually take those.
Yeah, he's just coming on to the short straight before the right and left onto the start-finish. So we only have the top. Oh, in fact, sorry, no. It does. There's still a few to do. A few to go into the pits.
Yes, we still have Engdahl, Picciato, and Thomas.
So,
and now Rich passes Thomas.
Ritz passes, yep. So Ritz up to P6 behind Fass. The two BRT cars looking strong here. The Cower still in P13 at the moment with the 777 Aston.
And Rich, we saw him, he was one of the first who went to the pit, and he was at the point in not in a that good position, and now we have for car 23, so Engdahl have now stop and go 30 seconds.
Oh. So Barlow has been in to serve as stop go 30 seconds.
But yeah, Rich was one of the first ones who pitted, and as we see, it really paid out
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
now.
Yeah,
And
BR.
now that Engdahl, who was closest to him, has that stop and go 30, it's
Yep. Yeah,
He's in a
BRT,
good
absolutely.
position.
Solid race for you guys so far, absolutely.
and now we have Bruno Pateron in
Yep. He is now
also
in the
for his
pits.
stop. We still are looking for the only ones who haven't pitted. It is Christian and Cray.
Yep.
And how it will go when Cray comes in, he will be behind Backstad probably. And now they both come in, so
They're both in.
now we just have to wait and see where Backstad is. He gained anything on Christian, or is Christian just okay? Now Backstad pits. Now I need to push also.
Yep. So at the moment, Backstad just onto the back, straight at the moment. I think this is going to be close. So I do.
Yeah.
Christian
I think
and
too.
Cray all still stationary.
Christian is now moving, but it still is a very long pit
Yeah.
straight.
And that is Backstad.
I think Christian will be ahead, but if the gap is very close, then Backstad has the advantage because he has the warm tires.
Yeah, absolutely. It does take, especially with any rain or wet track, it takes multiple laps for the tyres to get up to pressure, up to temperature, and to be racing again. So that's Backstad just going over the start-finish line now, and Christian
And
is
now-
just out the pits.
Yeah, now he comes out. So okay, the
But
difference
Cray-
is actually very big.
Cray has now dropped to P3. Backstad has passed Cray.
And
So
and
that-
now Cray is actually in the trouble of getting behind Pateron and Face. Because they are now in the first corner.
No, Bataglin's got out. He's managed to get out before that, but he does, as Julius said, he needs to get his tyres up to temperature. So, I mean, this is a true battle at the moment. This is an out-and-out battle for P4 between Fass and Bataglin. Aston Martin event against the BMW, and some would argue the BMW obviously has more newer technology than the Aston Martin, but the Aston Martin is a powerful car.
Yeah, and Aston is looking better.
Oh, he dips his tyres. That is a horrible corner to come out of. Like, you get on the power too early and you're on the grass before you know it. Oh, the Aston just, I don't know if it hit some of the curbing or something, but oh, he is right up close now, getting real up close and personal with Bataglin. Bataglin goes wide. Bataglin has gone wide, and it looks like
now
Fass has
goes.
taken it. Fass has taken it. Bataglin went wide onto the grass, couldn't get the power down, and now Fass is up to P4. Oh, but now Fass has went wide. He holds on to that just because Bataglin had to brake hard as Fass was on the racing line, but now this is setting up for the start-finish straight now.
And Pateron, it's looking like he has the speed now, but let's see.
No, the
These two
Aston,
cars don't have, yeah. Wow.
the Aston is just equal to the BMW as far as power goes.
But what's the
Oh,
difference
Fass has
between
went wide
Christian
again.
and Paxton?
Fass is having issues with his brakes or his tyres or something. He was really, really uncomfortable on the brakes going into the first corner there.
Yeah.
Bit of slide with the oversteer on the throttle there.
Little update from the lead. We were talking about Christian and Backstad getting maybe a little bit closer, but I just have to say the gap is 12 seconds. So Christian really have the advantage here.
He's got the upper hand, he absolutely has.
Yeah. I was calling it to be a bit closer, but Christian got the tires working very soon, and
The McLaren is good for getting its tyres up to temperature. Usually by the first
that
lap,
is.
they're pretty good.
And in all honesty, Christian has been the fastest. So
Yep, absolutely.
Verstappen is lacking a bit today.
Yep.
He can't do the same as Christian is doing today.
I just wonder if the tyres are starting to go off because Pateron is now having issues going
Same
into
with Face.
the braking zone.
Yeah, Face also has a little bit of understeer and
Yeah.
seems like couple braking points are. He's like braking on the normal line where he would wanna brake, but it's just going wide.
Yep. The gamer
There's
is
not
sorry.
really any big changes to the track temperatures or anything
No.
like that, so
No. And it is showing it's still raining. You can see on the camera it's still raining. It's getting dark now. This is a 4 times multiplier that is on the server, so it goes. The time moves 4 times faster than it normally would. So it looks like the gamer going very wide there, but he has got the run on this. Look at his side by side with the Porsche, and he looks like he's passed that Porsche as if it's standing still. Now this could be down to the wing settings or anything, but he has got. Oh, he's backed out of it.
Arshana got it. That's with the thing in McLaren. You saw it, how Harshana and the Porsche was able to brake so much better. The gamer had to brake a little bit more earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll give you a very quick rundown of the top 10 at the moment. Christian P1, Backstad P2, Cray P3, Fast P4, Bataclan P5, Ritz P6, Harshana P7, The Gamer P8, Pizzato P9, and Tamas in P10. That is your top 10 at the moment. Oh, McLaren going very wide for the gamer there. Absolutely. Please, if you are watching this and you haven't done it already, smash that like button. It really does help us. It helps us know that you like the stream. It helps us know that you're enjoying it. It helps the stream as well in terms of YouTube and algorithms and all that kind of thing. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it means a lot to the TOGA family and TOGA community. And if you do want to become a member, it's £2.99 or £2.49 per month to become a member, which means you get member privileges over other people who have either liked or subscribed. If you'd like to join our community, I did see someone earlier on, sorry I didn't get a chance to say it, but if you do want to become part of the community, in the description below is the link to our Discord. We have live stewarding, live commentary, we've got a custom livery designer, and OMC, who is in the chat at the moment, is our driver coach as well. You can get free driver coaching with TOGA as part of our community as well. Anyway, that's plug over and done with. The gamers, unfortunately, fall on back now, so there's not really. I mean, I have to say it is a good showing from BRT. They're sitting at the moment with P4, P6, and P11. They could finish at all 3 in the top 10. That would be a great showing. You are an alien. So Owen gave me, back when we were in a different Discord together, he gave me some coaching and literally took like 2.5, 3 seconds off my time. And my title for Twitch was, what was it? Something about getting driving tips from an alien. So it's all settled down. It's going to be dark by the time we finish. Now, as you can see, it's now like 7:37 p.m. now. So
who would you, Max, say is your driver of the day today?
That is a very good question. I would say, I think Fast has had a good drive today.
Yeah.
Who else?
I mean, Christian.
Christian
He's done
needs to.
absolutely good job.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not set a foot wrong, and he is just continuing to put in decent
And also
times.
reach with the strategy. I would personally point out Christian, Faes and Rich.
Okay.
Those three are for me the top three today. That has impressed me the most.
Yeah, I absolutely would agree with you. So what I'm doing is I'm just starting a poll just now. I think I called Julius Julian again. I apologise. It now becomes a habit that I'm just saying that. So we have three drivers. Car 28. Yeah, so that's fast. So I have now started a poll, which you can all vote on, for driver of the day. These are the three who have impressed us in the commentary box, but it's now up to you, the viewer, the subscriber, the member, the viewer, and everybody else to please decide. So make sure you vote for driver of the day. Apart from the accolade, it doesn't unfortunately give them anything, but in future races there may be something that's given to them because they have been chosen as driver of the day. So this is something we're going to continue with further on. So it is. Look how dark it is, Julius.
Yeah, it has. And earlier I said track temperature doesn't affect, but from 10 when I say it, it's been dropped at 2 temps. So it's actually been, I haven't myself watched it too closely, but it has dropped. So that might cause people to little bit miss braking, and because we know how temperature affects the driving. If you have like your tires, PSIs and stuff like that have been made for like 25 degrees and then it drops to 18, you may have problems with tires getting too cold or dropping temps.
Yep.
And same with the brakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've seen multiple braking issues today.
Yep. And we're continuing. So Pizzato has just taken P8 from the Gamer, who is seemingly looks like he's struggling with that McLaren now, whether he's struggling with brakes or tyres, but he has got 7.5 minutes to hang on to this P9 that he has at the moment. Otherwise, it does look like it could be a top 10 for all three BRT teams. Chucky Dog, Cray is your certified driver of the day. I appreciate that. Apologies, I haven't put him in. What we do is we will decide 3 or 4 drivers who have impressed us, and then we put it into the poll, and then people get to vote. So absolutely, Cray has done a great job. It's just unfortunately he was unlucky. So he's ended up having issues with the car. I don't know if it was just issues with the car or not. It is brave in the Audi, the only Audi in the entire pack at the moment. Battaglan
we saw earlier he had a lot of understeer.
Yeah.
Like over and understeer, so oh, face going really deep.
Battaglan had to brake hard there. Now this looks like back markers the face that is trying to get past, but it's slowing him down and slowing him into Battaglan's path. Now a blue flag, and if you're within 0.6 of a second of the car who's faster than you behind you, you must pull like the Ferrari did there, pull out of the way as soon as you can to let the faster cars past. It is only fair that it's done that way. In F1 you get 3 blue flags and then you end up with a penalty, so
Battaglan is very close.
He is very, very close. Fast is go,
and he's actually going for it.
Oh,
no.
Fast takes that. That was a do or die moment there from Fast, but he is now under all sorts of pressure.
Battaglan played it smart. He didn't push there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there honestly was a little bit of a gap, but like a stupid gap.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's have a look. I mean, he's not going to pass him on the straight because these cars are very equally matched when it comes to torque and it comes to outright speed. So it's going to have to be on one of the corners. And we've seen that Fast has had issues with the corners. He goes very, very deep into that.
Yeah,
and that
we've
is
seen both cars outbraking, like going into too deep. So there must be something.
And it certainly dropped a couple of degrees in the past 10 minutes or so. As I say, it's obviously a 4 times multiplier. But so if you have set your tyre pressures for, as Julius says, a 21 or 22 degree racetrack, it then is raining, it's now 18 degrees, your tyres are going to get cold. Cold tyres are the worst thing you can have as a sim racer. But you can see there's no advantage from the BMW here. And Pateron had to really brake there.
Again, little bit too deep.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of those from these two.
I wonder if, I mean, there's a lot of understeer going on with that Pateron BMW. So there is, which is allowing Fast just to keep out. But back there, I wonder if Fast braked slightly earlier than he would normally, just to make sure he gets the apex of the corner. But Pateron getting oversteer in the mid-apex there, that is not what you want. And you can see the Aston Martin just squirreling all over the place on throttle.
They probably have, yeah, I guess they probably have a little bit too cold tires, it seems so, because that car's alive a lot. It doesn't burn exactly like how you would want, and then you have massive oversteer all the time. From watching here, it looks like there's no trust into that car.
No, and it's in all of the cars as well, because Fast is having some major oversteer issues, braking issues as well. So all of the cars absolutely misses that apex. That corner, he's missed the apex 3 or 4 laps in a row. So, and that's allowing Pateron to now gain space. But Pateron, oh my goodness, so much oversteer coming out of that corner. I definitely think it's a tyre issue.
Yeah, there's have to be.
It has to be.
Because your driving skills doesn't change.
It doesn't
drastically
change, no.
like this.
Absolutely not.
Unless you somehow, some reason dropped like TC from 4 to 0. Then these things happens, but
yeah. In this circumstance, you'd actually put it higher as it gets colder, so you're not ending up with, you know, oversteer mid-apex or coming out of it. So
exactly.
There's only.
So I don't think that is the reason.
No, I don't think so either. I agree with you, Julius.
Because that would be just stupid.
We've only got just over 2 minutes left of the race. Pateron again able to get within 6/10 of Fast at the moment. We haven't seen Christian much at all because he's just driven away from the start. All the excitement, entertainment has been behind at the moment. So, but not much change. Ritz is now 40 seconds behind Pateron. So, yeah, you can see Pateron is pushing as hard as he can. Oh, Fast has lost it. Fast has went straight on. He absolutely got outbraked by Ballo there. In fact, Ballo went off as well. Let's go back and have a look at this. Again. Oh! So Ballo was braking. Is that another BRT as well? Oh, surely not. It is. Oh,
that's bad.
So that's Fast P5, Ritz P6. But oh, that was heartbreaking. Fast had to get out of the braking zone as Ballo was taking the apex. But he was going in too fast anyway. There was no way he was ever going to make that apex at that speed.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know Fast, and I don't want to start saying things that aren't true. Whether it was to do with pressure, whether it's to do with a lack of concentration. I don't know
And
what it
there's
was.
penalty for Thomas.
And what's Thomas?
I'm not gonna say the reason.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah, okay. So we have access to the steward's spreadsheet, but the
you
stewards...
can watch it yourself.
Okay.
I know it will make you smile.
Okay. So the stewards, that is their way of putting things on to highlight what's going on, and they sometimes put things that aren't broadcastable. I have just made that word up, but that is very true. So we need to be careful about what we say about things. So a 15-second
And face
penalty.
again.
Oh no!
He again went.
The same
And
corner
quite
again.
almost hit the McLaren. Yeah, he almost had a crash with McLaren because there was some miscommunications.
Now don't forget, Barlow and Fass would have been actually battling for P4 and P5. So they would have, but Barlow ended up with a stop-go 30-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which has then put him now as a back marker, but it means Fass is not able to get past him. But you see the other McLaren, so Barlow is 7/10. If it becomes 6/10, there's blue flags been waved. He has been told within the game itself he has to yield to allow Fass past. But at the moment, Fass...
And there's 10-second penalty for Gregorelli for collision with car number 86.
Oh man. So penalties are still being handed out as we speak. But here we go. Christian with an emphatic win. He's not stepped a foot wrong. He's not stepped a wheel wrong. He's not done anything apart from drive smoothly, consistently, and quickly. And unfortunately, we've not really seen very much of him because he's been quite boring in that way. But here he goes with the checkered flag. P1 for round 3 of the Rookies Wednesday Championship. Big
And
congratulations.
Christian takes the championship lead.
And here's Backstad in P2, 11 seconds behind. Cray in the Audi for P3 as he takes the checkered flag. Battiglin coming round, slightly gifted a P4.
Yeah, P4.
I don't want to take anything away from him because he has driven well and he is a fast driver. Takes P4. P5 for Fass, who's had a horrible couple of last laps. But here he goes to take that, and he has actually got past Barlow now as well. Ritz coming past for P6. And again, we haven't focused much on Ritz today, but he's had a good drive. And that's...
Yeah, he was one of the first ones who made the pit stop, and
absolutely.
He was not in P6 when this race started, so he's gained a lot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Peter, take care. Yes, you need to keep on the good side of your significant other half. Thanks for watching and taking part. No, you're absolutely right. And it shows the standard of driving that there's battles going on and we can't concentrate on people who are doing solid drives because there's actually battles going on. It's really good. I think this is a really good Rookies Championship. So I do.
Yeah, this is really good. And next week is Kailami.
Kailami, yeah.
Will you be racing there?
I don't know. I don't know if I've withdrawn from the championship rather than just withdraw myself from this race. I don't know. We'll need to wait and see. It all depends on who's available for commentating and things like that. But I mean, that was a great race. So it was. Yeah,
that was, honestly. This rookie season have had it all. We have, and we still have actively a fight going on.
Yeah, so let's... Obviously, it won't be updated yet. Well, actually, it might be updated. Let me have a look just to see, because it usually updates quite quickly, but then the penalties are then added, so it takes a little bit of time for it. So no, it's only showing 2 rounds at the moment. So, but it does take a little while for it to do that. Yeah, no, I know. Owen, everybody knows when I've just had a vape because my voice changes so badly. BRT, great stuff. Thank you both commentators. It's a pleasure. Congratulate your 3 drivers and tell Fast we're really sorry to see the issues they had on the last couple of laps. But yeah, I certainly enjoyed this. So, driver of the day with 44% of the votes is Fast. So again, BRT, please let Fast know that he won driver of the day. That's amazing. So it is. So let me just end that poll. Yep. Beautiful. So, well,
And we get Christian and the top 3 and maybe Fast in the interview.
yeah, if there are any in the top 3 who are watching this, please feel free to drop into the interview waiting room on Discord, and we will get you there and have a quick chat with you. If you weren't in the top 3, then yeah, please feel free to jump in as well. We'll give it a few minutes just in case, because people need to go for a comfort break. They need to go for loads of different things. But as we speak, so we're gonna have to figure out whose name is in Discord in comparison to whose name was actually in the race.
Dexter is Cray.
Right, okay, that's good to know. So, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I want to throw my steering wheel at that screen.
Oh man, that's quite extreme. Yeah, I mean, you had a solid drive. How do you feel it went from your point of view?
I know I had the pace to keep I know I had the outright pace to keep P2, but the Audi around this track, especially in the wet, it's like grabbing a bull by the horns and trying to fight it every single lap. Every single corner of every single lap, I was catching a slide, trying not to slide, short shifting to stop me from getting wheel spin. It was just horrible. I hated every minute of it.
We've seen that a few times, especially when you did fall back to P3. There's a moment where you were just, it looked like you were actually trying to warm your tires up. It was like the power slide was just going left to right. Did you feel your tires went worse nearer the end of the race tonight? Or were they...
Yeah, pace dropped off quite quickly.
Yeah.
As again, it's the sliding. Obviously it kills them even quicker.
Yeah.
Especially it slicks in the wet, they grain. But with this car, with it being a very powerful wheel-wheel drive car, naturally aspirated, power is instant.
Yep.
And it's just rear tires are just done by 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes in.
That is a long race. Once you get to that stage, you are literally trying to nurse the car around rather than race the car around.
Towards the end of each stint, I dropped my pace by about a second and a half off my best just to survive.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, the standings haven't updated yet to see, but you won't be in P10 now. You'll be further up the championship, and there's obviously 3 disqualified ahead of you as well, so that's going to bring you up quite nicely into the championship. How are you? Are you looking forward to Kyalami next week?
Yeah, Kyalami is one of my stronger tracks.
Good.
In the Indy, I've never raced on it. It's the first time actually doing an actual race on it.
Oh, right, okay.
And probably done about a grand total of maybe about an hour's practice on it ever. So
wow, right. So I've done about, I don't know, 10 races. I've done, I don't know, 150 laps. I am still terrible at it. So you're just going to make me sick watching you going around that track when you're in, the top 3 or something like that. Is Audi your car that you're now sticking with? Is that the one that you're comfortable with?
Yeah, I've come from the McLaren,
okay.
and then before that I came from the Ferrari. What I really like about the Audi is you point it in the direction you want to go, and it will go there.
Yeah,
you'll get oversteer on exit if you're too aggressive with it, but you point it where you want to go, and it will just go there, and that's what I like out of a car.
Yeah, absolutely. You want a car that you can trust, and you you know how it's going to behave before it actually behaves, which is how you obviously get trust in the car. Julius, is there anything you want to ask?
Well, not maybe to ask, but I would just say, you know, from being in this side, the whole championships, chip this far, it's been, you know, from your point, we've seen you in the battles and that, so how you feel the whole championship right now? What is the realistically possible in the end?
I would like to go for a top 3, but with only 2 races to go, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there, certainly. So top 5 would be nice.
It is, from what I should think, it is because the last race, which haven't been decided yet, the track, but it will have those double points.
Right.
So there's still
Still
some big points in the table.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there a particular track you would not like to see being voted for the 5th race?
Mazzano.
Okay. Oh, it's amazing how many people don't like Mazzano, or they just don't prefer it over the other ones.
It's the part of that track which really annoys me. Well, there's 2 parts. You've got the series of S's into the weird 2-cornered chicane, which then goes into the left-hander.
Yep.
That I die 95% of the time on, and also always get track limits.
Yeah.
And then it's that really, really weird again chicane before the long back straight. You know, so it's part of a chicane into a really tight bending chicane. Your brakes usually overheat.
Yep.
And you just go deep, and it's a horrible track.
Yeah.
I wish it could be deleted from the game.
And then if you add a really hot temperature to the track as well, it just makes for misery. But the track limits are so strict. Yeah, absolutely. Right, well, I mean, it doesn't feel like it, but I mean, congratulations on where you finished tonight. You know, you drove a solid race. In fact, somebody in the chat actually voted you driver of the day. I don't know if that's because you were driving the Audi.
My teammate.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he voted you driver of the day, so that's something to take away from it. But you had a solid drive, and you know, as much as you were struggling with the car or with the environment, you did well. So I look forward to seeing how you get on next week.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Excellent. Take care of yourself, Dexter. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, I can't even see whose name that is. It just starts with a K, so let's bring them in and see how it is. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Sorry, I was watching the stream and I didn't know you were speaking to me. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, no problem. Right, all I can see is K, so can you tell us what your driver name was in ACC, please?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, at the moment on Discord, all I can see is the letter K beside your Discord icon. So
yeah.
Don't actually know who.
I'm Fleischmann Christian.
Oh,
the McLaren guy.
Oh my God! Right, okay, I'll know that for future.
Yeah,
I knew it.
I wanted to change my name before this interview, but I don't know how. But I will do it after this, I promise. Because I set it when I was a child, so I got to get rid of it.
It's like email addresses, isn't it? You set up a really silly email address when you're a child, and then you just keep using it all the way through being an adult. It's terrible. Well, congratulations. I mean, wow.
Thank you very much.
Was there any issues for you during that race?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, I guess all of us got a surprise, knowing that the weather was a bit rainy.
Yeah, yep.
Like, I have never driven this track before, so only this week.
Right,
in
okay.
Sport Ricard.
Wow.
And I've driven 7 hours on it.
Right, okay.
And I have not driven a single lap with suboptimal conditions.
Right, okay.
So when I first saw that it was raining, I panicked. I didn't even know what tires to pick. But after a couple of tries and keeping on putting air in the tires, we found a good solution with my teammates. And yeah, after that, I got more and more confident, I guess, as the race went on.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning, I was braking a bit too early, but
Yep.
then I just realized you almost have the same grip as in the dry.
Yeah.
It's just that the lateral forces are way lower. So
Yep. Absolutely. It was I mean there was some battle on behind you that was going on, and P2 and P3 were battling so much you were able just to keep driving and you were just gaining second upon second. So
yeah, I was in qualifying mode.
yeah.
I saw them battling and I thought, okay, this is my chance to break away, because the first couple of laps, Cray actually kept up with me, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm not going to be able to handle the pressure for 50 minutes. So I'm glad that Bakstad came close and started battling with him, because that gave me like a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, wow. Did you have any issues near the end of the race with either tires or brakes or anything? Because we've seen a lot of drivers going wide or losing their braking, going into corners and things like that. We just wondered if the temperature going down has affected people's tires or something.
Yeah, the first stint, the pressures were okay, and the tires, even though they weren't like optimal pressure, they were like pretty greenish.
Yep.
But in the second stint, I just couldn't get heat into them, and they were sliding way more.
Yeah.
And it was actually funny. My guys were like, "Okay, you can't lose this race now." And each time they said that, I had like a big moment. You know how it goes. And I was like, "Okay, please don't talk to me because." Yeah, exactly. But it was a fun race.
That sounds like an F1 moment. Stop talking to me when I'm braking.
Yeah.
Oh man. Julius, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, well done, great job. Question about next week's Kailami. We spoke you last time in Silverstone, and you said Paul Ricard is not your track. You were correct; it was not your track. But now asking again, how do you feel coming to Kailami? Is it your track or is it not your track?
I have raced there once before, but I finished like 30 out of 40 people, so I wouldn't say that it's my track, but at least I finished that race. As far as I'm aware, I think the McLaren is not that good on the track.
Yeah, it's not.
So we'll have to see if it. Obviously, it's not the car that's the limiting factor here, but it helps to know that your car has potential. So let's see how I'll be able to handle the McLaren around the track.
It's always a good excuse, I find, that if the car is not as strong on the track, it's always the car's fault.
Yes, exactly. That's why the best players are 4 seconds quicker than me, because of their setup. They must have some kind of special setup, so I don't know.
Exactly. They've got a bottle of Nos in the back of the car or something. Sorry, Julius. Carry on. Sorry, I interrupted.
Obviously, because the driving cannot be the difference.
No, absolutely. No, it's never my driving that's a problem.
Yeah, you never can blame the driving. There's always something else in it. One more question about, we know the last round will be chosen and it will be a double point. So the same question that Mac did for Dexter earlier. How about what's the track you really don't want to see in the final round?
There are lots of tracks that I haven't played, so I can't really say. But out of all the tracks that I do know, I'm just glad that we don't have Paul Ricard again.
Yeah, that probably won't be again.
But otherwise, I'd really like something like that all players play a lot. That would be really cool.
How
like
about Bathurst?
You're obsessed with Bathurst.
I haven't played it, but it looks like a really fun track. That's one actually I would like. I think that would be fun. And there would be lots of carnage, so the spectators would like it as well.
That's true.
We would make new rules that red flag can be counted only 10 times. So for the 11th start, they finally know how to take it cleanly.
I think what would be really cool is if you would actually go to like a track that everybody knows, like something really basic. Like I'd really like Monza, because I think all the players have the most hours on that track.
Yep.
So that would be really cool to see a bit more or
Yeah,
more experience for everyone.
Monza could be cool. I've not seen it in other TOGA series also, so I'm flagging for Monza.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turn 1 incoming rookie series.
God. That's a question I was going to ask you. I was racing the championship. You wouldn't have known because I was away at the back of the field all the time. But there wasn't a red flag. There hasn't been a red flag in now 3 races of this rookie championship. Are you surprised that there hasn't been any red flags?
Actually, yes, I am, because in the previous rookie season, I think there was a red flag at the beginning of each race. And I actually quite disliked it because all the times that I had like a good start,
Yeah.
I got all my progress undone, and I felt like it was a bit unfair.
Yeah.
But now I'm really glad, like, even when I got off this race to first place, I asked my friends, is there any carnage? Will we restart or can I just relax? And
yeah,
because, the first turn is always like really
and
stressful.
that's it. In every first corner, excluding maybe Silverstone and a few others, it's always a tight corner, so you're always expecting someone to run into someone else or someone to fail braking and going straight into the whole pack. But I'm really surprised, but I'm very, very happy. For me, the standard of driving in this rookies championship is just so good. The only spins we really seen tonight were self-inflicted ones. There weren't any major contacts or things like that. So I'm just so happy that it's going as well as it is. I'm just having a look at the leaderboard. So obviously Samuel Brackstad's now out of the championship, which then leads Brackstad and then yourself. Now there's 8 points between you and Backstad. But he came in second, didn't he?
Yes, he was P2.
So he's still going to be ahead of you with 3 points going into round 4. That's going to be an interesting finish. That and whatever is decided for the last one. But you are in a great position. You could win this championship.
I'm not thinking so far ahead. I'm just thinking about the next race.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
First of all, because the next round is Kyalami, and I don't have high hopes for it.
Yep.
But I'll do everything I can this week to practice and stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it is a long way. You end up putting pressure on yourself when you start thinking so far ahead and everything else. It's just, So Raul and/or Fleischmann has just said, machine this Kritzy guy. I don't know if you know them or not, but there you go. Somebody in the chat giving you some love.
Yeah, he's my brother.
Oh, well, there you go. I knew there must have been a connections. Oh, man.
Yeah,
right.
he's just having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, like I told all my colleagues at work as well that I'm having this race. Like I gather like a small team to watch.
All right.
Which is really nice. And we're in another Discord room, like 6-7 of us, all waiting for.
Amazing. That's really good. Well, we always appreciate the viewers and we always appreciate people hitting that like button. So absolutely, it's amazing to hear. Right, okay, we've taken up enough of your time. Thank you very much for popping in and big congratulations again.
Thank you very much and nice stewarding and nice organization. Thank you as well.
No
See
problem.
you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there we go. I would like to say a big thank you from our entire team. So thank you to the stewards, thank you to Owen, thank you to Hayden, thank you for gifting the 5 subs to the people that were gifted the subs. Thank you for hitting the like button and thank you for supporting us. Your support is everything that we crave for. Exactly, Owen. Love to you all. So yes, Julius, is there any final words of wisdom that you'd like to impart?
No, not really.
It's a
it was a clean race, and we talk about the cleanness, comparing this to last season in rookies. We had 5 starts and 4 of them were restarted, so red flagged. So out of last season's 5, we had 1 clean, and now we have 3 clean races here. So
Yeah.
I mean,
And I think it's testament that there are so many people racing in this championship who raced in the last championship. So one to me,
there is a lot.
Yeah, so one to me that says they enjoyed the last one, they want to come back, they want to then progress, they're getting faster, they want to try and win it. But it then means it's promoting safer driving because they've seen the carnage of the previous championship and they're like, no, I'm not doing that. So if you're a rookie driver and you're seeing somebody ahead of you driving safely or leaving enough gap beside the other car that you're going wheel to wheel with, it sinks into your brain then. It's like, yeah, so that's how you do it. And then that's how they drive. So I think it's amazing. So I do. But anyway, it is now time for rest and relaxation. Thank you so much from Julius, from myself, and from the whole TOGA team. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your evening, what's left of it, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the multi-class, where you'll have myself, because Julius and Ollie will be racing in the GT4s. So,
It's also a championship finale. So
it is a championship finale, and Owen may or may not win the championship. It's very, very close.
Maybe if I don't interrupt him.
Sounds like there's a little bargaining chip there for you, Julius. How much do you like me that I might not hold you up in my GT4? We are obviously joking. Anyway, thank you very much. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.